Once upon a time, there were two female goddesses named Kiha, Avine, and Haumea. When it came time to, Haumea got married to the Oahu chief, Puna. Haumea does not realize, however, that Kiha Avine also wanted Puna all to herself. One day, Puna and his people went surfing. They found a fine surfing spot where the beautiful goddess Kiha Avine was floating around.
Puna, this is not a good surfing spot, but if you follow me, I will take you to the perfect surfing place far outside the reef.
The goddess Kiha Avine lured Puna out to the sea, far from his people, far from the mountain peaks of Oahu, all the way to the islands of Molokai. The couple lived in a cave on Molokai for a long time. Puna was being pampered and well cared after by Kiha Avine. However, Puna was still lonely and sad.
I'm a prisoner of this island, but cannot escape from my new wife and captor. If she is mean and easily angered, she may end my life soon.
Puna also missed life by the sea, so he continued to plead with Kiha Avine to let him go down to the water.
Please, my beautiful wife, for the 1000th time, can I leave the cave and go down to the waters? I miss the sea.
Fine. I will grant your request. You are allowed to go down to the waters. However, when you come back, announce yourself with a loud shout so I know you're here.
Okay.
Down by the sea, Puna ran into his brother-in-law, Hinole, who invited Puna to his house to eat and chat. Hinole tells Puna about Kiha Avine's true nature, being a dragon, and how he could escape her.
You are to send Kiha Wahine to Mauna Kea for water. Put a small hole in the water jar so that she will be delayed and you can escape.
Puna went back to the cave, and instead of announcing himself by shouting, he approached quietly, as Hinole suggested. Thus he saw Kiha Wahine in her true form, long tail and huge claws.
How dare you sneak up on me like this? You are evil. I shall tear your eyes out and eat them for what you see.
Puna stayed quiet and in fear of his life, and eventually her anger passed over and she was calm again. A few days later, he decided to go through with Hinole's plan. He wakes up breathing really heavily.
Are you okay?
No, I'm sick, and I need the special water from the ice pond on Mauna Kea, but it's a very dangerous journey set for a man. A woman like you couldn't handle it.
Being a strong, independent woman, Kihavine said,
I can get it. I am not weak.
Okay.
Puna's trick had worked, and she left for the lake. She took the jug that Puna had made a hole in and headed to the lake. When she left, Puna escaped and found a canoe and took it to Maui. Then from Maui, he took a boat back to Hawaii and landed in Kau. He went up and stood on the edge of the pit of the fire goddess Pele. Those who were living in the crater saw him and knew that he was Haumea's husband. He quickly went down into the crater and stayed with them. He told them all about his journey, and they took pity on him. In the meantime, Kiha Wahine went to Mauna Kea, but could not fill the water jar. She poured the water in and filled the jar, but when the jar was lifted, it became light. She looked back and saw the water leaking out of the jar, and she knew she had been tricked. She shouted in a fiery anger,
I'm gonna kill him and everyone who helped him. I'm gonna roast him slowly and painfully.
Angry, she called all of the dragons of Molokai, Lanai, Maui, Ko'olave, and Hawaii, and they flew to the pit of Pele and stood at the edge of the crater. She called all the people below.
Give me back my husband or I'll burn you all alive.
The people refused to give Puna to her. Angered by this response, Kihovahine and the other dragons took a breath to destroy the fire of Pele. But before they could put it out, it rose up, engulfing them and killing all but Kihovahine. Unable to continue her search for Puna, she eventually returned to Molokai and searched for and found Hinole and cursed him to a life as a fish for helping Puna escape.
Pua and Haumea lived happily and peacefully until the new moi of Oahu found Puna sleeping in his field and hung him. There are two lessons to be learned from this legend. The first being one of jealousy, that jealousy only leads to pain, suffering, and death. And the second being one of temptation, that even being tempted in the little things can have great consequences.